And now to the update on the Egbe Amofin. It's more interesting twist as the Southwest Lawyers Forum have again failed to adopt a consensus candidate. We have all the details in this next report. After the meeting of Saturday, February 15th, the Egbe Amofin Odua, the umbrella body of lawyers of Yoruba extraction, had adjourned till Saturday the 22nd of February for another meeting in Ibadan, the Oyo state capital. They came from all the southwest zones for this meeting, which is to recommend 1 out of 3 presidential candidates to the Egbe for adoption, ahead of the NBA presidential elections scheduled for July. Perhaps the first indication that something was amiss is the presence of an armored police vehicle and the absence of 2 out of the 3 Southwest presidential candidates. Mrs. Funke Adekoya and Mr. Niyi Akintola stayed away. Only Mr. Adele Additional was present. Depending on who you speak to at the meeting, the lawyers themselves appeared divided over the essence of the meeting.
The essence of today's meeting is to further go on, give us details as regards the issue of reconciliation. But some people said some candidates will be adopted. That's not the essence of this meeting.
To the best of my knowledge and from what I've observed, I think there's no crisis, so there's no need for reconciliation. What we are saying is that let us come together. Are you getting my point? Aggregate our position and put up the best candidate. Are you getting my point? That we may be attracted to that zone.
At the last meeting of the Egbe Amofin in Lagos, the Reconciliation Committee led by Chief Adegboyega Awomolo had reported to the House that he had succeeded in reconciling a splinter group of the Egbe with the main group. Indeed, all 3 presidential candidates were present at that meeting. 5 elders of the Egbe and all the branch chairmen were then constituted into a screening committee led by former president of the NBA, Chief Mrs. Priscilla Kuye. Since cameras were barred from covering the proceedings of the committee, some of the members had told Law Weekly that the presidential candidates had submitted their CVs and manifestos to the screening committee to enable the branch chairman share the documents with their members for the purpose of guiding all the lawyers in the zone with a view to recommending the best candidate for the job at this meeting. This procedure, however, appears to have failed as new cracks are beginning to emerge.
Some members at the meeting protested to my hearing that their branch chairmen were not in any position to represent their interest and that of the branch, as they were already compromised and therefore on a self-serving mission. The allegations, the petitions we got, 6 in all, weighty allegations of financial. It is the Egbe Amofin that appointed the screening committee of all the chairmen and elders and some elders. Now, in our own opinion, the opinion of the elders and some of the chairmen, they said we should refer the matter back to the Egbe Amofin who sent us. They should investigate the petitions because we cannot just leave those petitions like that. We are people of integrity. I am a lawyer. I've been president of the NBA. I've been a lawyer for 47 years. I've built up my reputation and integrity, and I don't want this screening exercise to ruin my integrity and my reputation as a lawyer, as an honest woman, and many of the elders too. They are people of integrity. These petitions that they sent has impugned on the integrity of the committee. So how can we screen?
The chairman of Ikeja branch, Mr. Monday Ubani, is one of the members of the screening committee. He, the affected chairman, and some others urged the committee to discountenance the petitions, which were said to have been written specifically against 4 branch chairmen, those of Ikorodu, Badagry, Ogbomosho, and Okitipupa.
We all came here today with the purpose of looking at the candidates which they have presented themselves to all of us. Only for us to now receive petitions from few members. Some of them faceless, they didn't put their names, so hear me. Yes, 2 of the candidates in just a branch wrote, and their names were not even stated, writing against a particular branch chairman that he does not have the mandate to come and represent as a chairman. Then another particular branch wrote with a letterhead called proposed branch. In other words, it was a letterhead that they were using when they were seeking for the creation of their branch. He wrote a petition and said we, but in signing it was only one person that signed. Then the others also, they put their names and there were no signatures. And we are saying, in every branch, when we took the decision to recommend a particular candidate, it is important to know that not every member of the branch will agree. So what these people now did now is now going to go and shop for any disgruntled member to write a petition saying that we have been receiving money. What kind of money will any person pay an old man like me at this age to now begin to vote for him? We have already made up our mind the person we want to, by looking at the criteria, looking at the CV and all that.
And here is how some of the members and branch chairmen demonstrated that they had already pitched their tents and chosen their candidates. Law Weekly put a call across to Mrs. Funke Adekoya, and she declined to comment on her next moves, especially as there is yet no permission for formal campaigns for offices. Mr. Adesina also left the venue of the meeting without speaking to journalists. Mr. Akintola, who is largely based in Ibadan, is however unhappy that the elders in the Egbe have abdicated their responsibility.
A 5-year-old man at the bar who asked me to come for screening. This is certain. It was unprecedented in the honor of the Egbe Amufi action. When we pitched for Olanipeku, it was done by the elders. Highly principled, skilled seniors who are veterans in the profession. You see, the fight on our side, Mr. Aliko and I, has been on the basis of principle. You see, we are lawyers, we are not touts. You can imagine people standing in front of camera, shouting, and in front of Bantora, like politicians. We are professionals. It's unbecoming. And that was why I said, I will not lend myself to such. Imagine the chairman of the grave is under 5. The one in Nota is tenure had expired. Chief Mrs. Funke Adekoya was even talking about integrity in our own petition. That many of these people have been compromised. But the truth of the matter is that when you have a situation where the elders abdicated their responsibilities, then there's no basis for my participation in such a venture.
Given the sharp divisions in the Egbe, perhaps the only viable option is to abandon the adoption exercise and allow the 3 candidates test their popularity at the polls. Interesting days ahead, no doubt, but we'll stay on the news and bring them to you as they unfold. Don't forget that you can find the reports of the past meetings of the Egbe Amofin and indeed past episodes of this program on our YouTube page. It's www.youtube.com/channelsweb. If you have any questions or comments, please tweet at me using the hashtag LawWeekly or send us a mail and be sure to like the Facebook page. I am Shola Shayeli. Thank you for watching.